who doesn't go on talking about his films. I'm not very social media savvy, sending pictures from the sets and showing what we are doing because uh, I think the work that is put in a movie or what you're assuming and trying to do with the film uh, should it's work. It should not be shared because I'm an entertainer. I don't want to share things that went good or bad or wrong or happy or mistakes that we made while making a film. I think the film should be just enjoyed as an entertainment. So there's not much I can tell you about Jawan except for the fact that as an actor I'm having a great time. There's Mehan ji in it, and Atlee, the director, who's it's a different kind of film. Everybody's seen Atlee sir's films, and he makes some outstandingly mass-oriented films. Again, a kind of genre that I've never done. So I wanted to try my hand out at it, and I think me and Atlee have a good chemistry. I bring in some, he brings in some, and hopefully whatever we've done of Jawan is really interesting and very thrilling and exciting. I am F4 RH4N. How does it feel celebrating 30 years of cinema with Pathan? Like I said, I didn't even realize it's been 30 years. I work 12, 13 hours a day, which is not to show that I'm a very hard-working person. I'm sure everybody works a lot. I just go on the sets, and I feel really, really happy that I got one expression right. It's not about a marvelous scene. It's not about having killed it or mind-blowing. This does not form a part of my vocabulary. For me, the humble attempt every morning is that if I can get a couple of seconds of an expression that I've got into a film which is new. When you're working for 30 years, the main attempt is to try and do something new, because you feel that you've done a lots of stuff. There's a lot of crutches that come in, a lot of stuff which gets similar because we all do commercial films, so they themselves have a format which you have to follow. So within that format, if I can find something new to do as an actor and make people enjoy it better than the last time I did something in a film. So it's lovely to celebrate 30 years with a film on set. It was even lovelier. Yesterday I went to shoot at about 4:30 p.m. and I shot till 8:30 a.m. To celebrate 30 years of your career in the Indian film industry with a 15-hour day, I think that was the most satisfying part for this 30 years. From SRK Universe, fans have been frantically asking to release the first look of your character in Pathan. Did you plan the surprise keeping them in mind? My friend Aditya Chopra, he loves me a lot, and our careers started together, and more than as a producer, which Yashraj is outstanding, as a lover of films, Adi, who I don't think does anything else except love films, and the attempt is always to try and make good cinema and hopefully entertain people. Our career started together. Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, and it was his first film. For me also, it was my first huge, big film. And I think there's this huge bond between myself, Adi, Karan Johar. They love me a lot beyond films, I think. I love them a lot beyond films. And, whenever something special is happening in our families or in our lives, we all are there. So I think Adi just felt, to be honest, I didn't remember 30 years of my cinema about 2-3 months back. And Adi said, "Tere 30 saal ho rahe hain yaar. We need to celebrate this." So we will do Pathan on the 25th because that's 30 years completed. So it wasn't a surprise. It was, how do I say, a friend being kind and celebrating 30 years of my life and film work by giving me a film which is as beautiful as Pathan and releasing it together. And so far so good, it's been fun. Okay, I have to be a little louder, I'm being told. I thought that was a question. Suhail Sheikh 444. Apart from one, which was also not full-fledged, to be honest. We were not together in the film for too long. So we get to work 4 or 5 days in a year sometimes in a film. The last 2 years have been fantastic because I got to be in one of his films. I had a couple of days role with Kabir Khan, and then he came in Zero and did a song with me, and now in Pathan, and I don't know if it's a secret, but inshallah I'll try to be in Tiger also. So it's great fun working with him. It's always very, very nice. And there's a special thanks I want to send before I talk about how much I love Salman and how great it was working with him. Salman is like family, he's brother. We don't know who's the elder brother. Each one of us on different days behave like the elder brother to each other. Whoever makes the mistake, the other guy becomes the elder brother. And I also want to say this to a friend who's come online, Tiger Shroff. More than a friend, like my baby, because he's Dada's son. Thank you very much for commenting here. And when I saw War with Siddharth and you in it, I got really inspired to try and do an action film. Of course, my action is not half as good as yours, but I'm trying my best. I even tried the muscle style. They're not coming as sharp as yours, but I'll keep trying. You're an inspiration, man, and inshallah, I'll get an opportunity to work with you also someday. But I feel very, very proud with what you've achieved. Thank you coming online. Then there's Funko. Sir, do you still vibe on Chaya Chaya? I'm assuming vibe means to dance on Chaya Chaya. Yeah, that's one step I know even in my sleep. While sitting also I can do Jala Chaya 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 Chaya. Yeah, I love that song. I think it's a couple of songs, apart from the romantic ones which are really nice. I think the one I really like is the way Chaya Chaya was devised on top of a live train and done with a lot of activity, if there's a word like that. And Chamak Chalo, I like Chamak Chalo also. These two songs, whenever I hear them, I feel very happy that they belong to me or I was able to participate in them. Art of Shalin Barrot, how you manage the time? I don't manage time, time manages me. I always tell everyone, I don't mean to sound pompous. This is my first public interaction in many years, so I need to be humble and sweet. But I tell everybody, time starts when I reach somewhere. Because there is no logic of time if you are not present in that space. So it's not with arrogance that I say this, but time starts when I reach somewhere. And I try to make sure that I don't waste anybody's time. I make sure I do work fast. And the good thing that I have is that I sleep very little. I sleep about 5 hours, and I'm happy doing that, and I can be fresh to continue working. As a matter of fact, if I sleep too long, then I get headaches. So I have good 20 hours in a day, or 18 hours at least, to be with my family, to be with my friends, to just sit down in bed and watch some innocuous stuff on television, or like yesterday, where I worked 15 hours on a set of a film. Shruti Uradi, can we get to see Abram along with you now in this live? I wish so. I wish he was here. He's not here with me. He's currently on a holiday. I would love him to be here. If I have a picture of his around. No, I don't even have. I'm missing him now. Thank you, Shruti, for making me miss Abram even more than I was missing him. No, he's not here, but next time around, when I come out to meet people outside, I'll bring him along. Or next live that I do. Shami 31, what is your motivation that get you going with the same energy always? Yeah, which keeps me going with the same energy. It's so simple. I don't know how to explain this. I'm not oversimplifying it, but I really, really like what I do. I'm very excited every morning. My wife keeps asking me, how after so many years, and now 30 years, how do you get up in the morning and wear makeup and go to work and do the same thing? I don't know. I just find it extremely exciting to go on a set and create something which I know at the end may make somebody smile, may touch somebody's life, may make a difference to somebody's day or a moment, But that's not the motivation that, I'm going to change lives or I'm going to touch lives. It's just that I can, it goes back to my three-wheeler journey where I saw these two ladies smile when they saw me. And, if I can bring that moment of change in your mood in a positive way, it keeps me going. I just want to wake up in the morning. Even the smallest thing I do, I just feel very happy waking up in the morning and getting on a set. And other way, very few people know this. Everybody keeps talking about my energy and passion and the way I perform and stuff. But I'm actually a very lazy person. I'm very, very lazy. If I don't have any work, I can be in my bed without changing my clothes, and if you don't tell anyone, sometimes without even bathing, and sit down with a packet of chips and thumbs up now and always, and sit down and just do nothing at all. I think that's why my kids love me a lot. I'm quite childlike when it comes to no work. Then I'm just sitting and playing video games or just being. I don't need to do anything if I don't need to do it in my head. It's not like, oh, I have to work. So all this energy and all is countered with the huge bout of laziness also that I fall into. Louder than this? Okay, they keep telling me I have to speak louder. I don't know. I'm screaming, no? Okay. Sorry, okay. Your dream project. Sachin Upadhyay asks me, your dream project, if any. I don't know, I've said this before, I'll say it again. The whole concept of working is that everything that I do, I believe, is the best thing I'm doing. That's the only way you can keep on working for 30 years without getting bored, tired, dispassionate about it. Anyone asks me which is your best film, it's always the next one. I truly believe that. So there's no one project that I want to do. But of course, as an actor, there were a lot of desires I had. Like I wanted to play what I did in Zero. I wanted to play what I did in Fan. I wanted to play a superhero. Unfortunately, all the 3 films I mentioned haven't gone down too well with the audience, and that is okay. I feel that I could have made them better. But filmmaking is like a 100-meter race. You train for it for 2-3 years. Some days you break the world record. Some days you're slow off the block. Some days halfway through you get a cramp. Some days just before the finish line somebody nips you. So you try your best, you prepare for it your best, but you don't know in that under 10 seconds what can go wrong in a film. So the attempt is always that you go out and make the best, you put your best foot forward.